Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Wednesday, October 8th. I'm Grant Olson. Here's some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. After more than 2 weeks of detours and closures, drivers can once again use Blewett Pass. Back in July, we told you about efforts to restore Waterville's Visa Hut, a public gazebo that overlooks the Badger Mountain ski hill. Now organizers need your help. An overnight shower is possible with more rain showers and cooler temperatures expected through the weekend. Your full local weather forecast is straight ahead. A jury in King County has awarded nearly $17 million to the family of a Wenatchee man who was killed in a 2019 plane crash in Alaska. David Oltman was 38 when his Peninsula Airways flight went off the runway during a landing in Unalaska. He was killed by a shrapnel that was hurled into the fuselage by one of the plane's propellers. Oltman's family sued, and in September, the jury awarded them $16.9 million in damages after a six-week civil trial. Peninsula Airways was held liable for a faulty anti-skid system that failed to effectively stop the Saab 2000 passenger plane, as well as a pilot's decision to land with a high tailwind rather than steering into the wind. Oltman, a Wenatchee construction company owner and father of two, was the only fatality. The site of the crash is on an island chain about 800 miles southwest of Anchorage, Alaska. After more than 2 weeks of detours and closures, drivers can once again use Blewett Pass. The Washington State Department of Transportation reopened Highway 97 on Tuesday afternoon from milepost 178 to milepost 149 at the Highway 970 junction after crews cleared hazards from the Labor Mountain fire. Transportation officials say there are still fire response efforts in the area and warn travelers of pilot car operations and a reduced speed zone between Upper Tronson Creek Road and Ingalls Creek Road. Drivers should expect delays and are not to pass the pilot car. Check the Transportation Department's travel map and plan alternate routes since conditions can change quickly and the pass could close again. Managers on the Lower Sugarloaf Fire say they're happy with their progress on that 42,000-acre blaze, which is now at 66% containment. Smoke in the valley remains heavy, but Operations Chief Pete Suver says the 1,200 personnel working the fire have shored up protections for the Birch Mountain and Swakane Canyon areas. That's had the effect of pushing evacuation levels down in those areas from level 2 to level 1 on canyon roads, including Spring, Hay, Nahom, and Warner, as well as on Birch Mountain north of Wenatchee. Higher alert levels remain in place closer to the fire lines. Evacuation notices have not changed for the Labor Mountain fire burning west of Wenatchee, now at 40,000 acres and 10% contained. An accident Tuesday morning involving a semi and a passenger vehicle on State Route 281 near George has claimed the life of a South Dakota man. According to the Washington State Patrol, a 30-year-old driver from Puyallup was driving a 2016 Honda Accord northbound when it crossed the center line and collided with a southbound Freightliner cab towing a trailer. The driver of the semi, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was pronounced dead at the scene. He was identified as 26-year-old Carlos A. Rodriguez of Brookings, South Dakota. The Accord driver was not injured but may face charges. The accident, which occurred at about 10:40 a.m., closed the highway for several hours. When we come back, more than a dozen candidates have applied to fill 2 seats on the board that sets policy for the Chelan-Douglas Health District, and a new notification service from the Washington State Department of Natural Resources allows people to stay informed about when a prescribed burn is coming to their area. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
When you enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place, close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better. Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. Only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Back in July, we told you about efforts to restore Waterville's Visa Hut, a public gazebo that overlooks the Badger Mountain ski hill. The structure, built in 1939, has been slated for a renovation since supporters noticed rot in the support beams and deterioration in the wood shake roof. Last week, while the roof shingles were being removed, the Visa Hut became unstable and started to lean. That forced the crew working on the job to take the entire structure down for safety. Town officials and community boosters say the renovation project goes on with new posts already cemented in place. The whole effort is likely to cost $10,000 to $30,000, and a fundraising campaign is underway. You can donate to the rebuilding effort using the QR code you see on your screen. More than a dozen candidates have applied to fill 2 seats on the board that sets policy for the Chelan-Douglas Health District. Administrators say they won't yet reveal the names of the applicants. The agency tells NCWLIFE News that 8 people signed up to serve on the Board of Health seats reserved for a medical provider. That post is currently held by physician Dr. Bindu Nayak of Confluence Health. 6 other applicants put in their paperwork for a seat representing the community at large, now held by hydrologist and COVID vaccine denier Bill Sullivan. It's not known whether Nayak or Sullivan reapplied for their posts. The full list of applicants is expected to be made public tomorrow. The county commissioners of both Chelan and Douglas counties must vote on who will fill each seat. A new notification service from the Washington State Department of Natural Resources allows people to stay informed about when a prescribed burn is coming to their area. According to DNR, the service sends emails and/or text messages when a prescribed burn is planned for coming days within a chosen distance of 1 or more locations. The notifications will include details like how far a planned burn is from a location, when it's scheduled, and the size of the burn. The service is not limited to DNR planned burns. For more information about the DNR prescribed fire program and to sign up for notifications, visit the department's website. Coming up next, Chelan County and many others in Washington have fully functioning behavioral health units, co-responsive agencies that work with local police to help subjects involved in a mental health crisis rather than sending them through the jail and court system. We'll have more on that coming up in tonight's feature story. Much needed rain showers in our forecast through the weekend. Cooler too. I'll have your local weather details coming up, as well as Eric Granstrom with a look at all the day's sports action as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after these messages.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or a relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa. Be sure to stop by this month and ask about a hot spring spa rebate. Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
In tonight's features story, Chelan County and many others in Washington have fully functioning behavioral health units. That's co-responsive agencies that work with local police to help subjects involved in a mental health crisis rather than sending them through the jail and court system. To the north, Okanogan County has only recently begun its own BHU program. In this documentary released by the Sheriff's Office, Officer Dee Dee Burrington describes her role working alongside deputies in Washington's largest county.
You know, the big win that we all want to focus on is actually getting people into treatment. So we have seen several folks already since we've been around make it to treatment. We've had depressed individuals, with suicidal ideations that have gone to treatment for their mental health issues, or we've been able to help advocate, for individuals with substance use disorders get to treatment, through those agencies as well. So that is the big win, right? Ultimately, helping community members that need it. You are with Dee Dee Burrington, and I work for the Okanogan County Sheriff's Office. I have my master's degree in forensic psychology and have been privileged to be part of a team that has designed and implemented the county's first behavioral health unit. So we can correspond with law enforcement to community members in crisis. So that's working with, people having mental health issues, substance use disorders, with an arrest and jail alternatives as a goal. So, the intent is to try and get these individuals into treatment. And that, of course, is the best thing for their well-being. And that creates and fosters safer and more resilient communities for all. We came on in September of 2024. We've been on the street since about February of 2025, so we are just a little baby. So some of our wins, and I think I would separate them into three categories, speak to, first off, the cost saving to the taxpayer dollar. When we can keep people out of the emergency departments and out of the jails, that really takes the pressure off the system, reduces that burden, and that's where we can really see cost savings and a value to our program. Some of the other wins, or the next one is the load off law enforcement. They are experts in their field, relating to investigation and assaults and motor vehicle accidents. They're not trained in the mental health field, and this really ideally lets them get on with, what they should be focusing on, or if we correspond, we can help take some of that load again off them, working with the individuals who need the help.
Time Now for a check of your north central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Wednesday. Yeah, we had to put up with another day of that heavy smoke and degraded air quality. This is our Tumwater tower camera up near Leavenworth, and you can see all of that smoke and haze inundating the town of Leavenworth and the area mountains around it into the 160s as far as air quality index for Leavenworth. We were or 150 rather. We're in the 160s here in the Wenatchee area. And all of us here, at least in the Wenatchee, Leavenworth, Cashmere area, in the unhealthy category, while you go a little farther north and a little bit east, both in the moderate category as far as air quality today. So it looks like today might be the last day we have to deal with that. The reason why, area of low pressure moving in. It's going to kick up our winds a little bit, maybe bring us some overnight showers tonight and into Thursday morning. But I'll tell you, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, a good chance that we will finally see some rain showers here in the Wenatchee area. Get ready for a big cool down too. We'll be in the 60s Friday and then mid 50s Saturday and low 50s as we get into Sunday. We'll talk more about your extended forecast coming up. Today's high temperature, not bad, 67 degrees unofficially, about where we should be for this time of year at 66. Our record high just a few years ago in 2020 where we reached 79 degrees. 45 overnight tonight, overnight this morning. 44 is our normal low for this time of year, and 30 our record cold, and that was set in 1985. Sunrise this morning at 7:10, and it sets tonight at 6:26. All right, let's get you into that Thursday forecast. Temperatures will warm up. Remember, there is that chance of an overnight shower even into the morning hours. Mostly sunny in the afternoon. 74 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 73 in Quincy, 72s for Wenatchee, Aniat, and Chelan. Omak, you will also see 72, and right around 70 tomorrow for both Leavenworth and for Cashmere. So boy, by tomorrow afternoon should be a nice day. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Here's that area of low pressure off the coast of Oregon that will throw some clouds our way and may kick off some early morning showers for us with low temperatures in the upper 40s. But here's an even better chance as we get you into Thursday morning. About a 50% chance for showers. Just mostly sunny though by afternoon. It should be a nice afternoon with high temperatures into the low 70s, and then a better chance of rain comes our way as we get you into Friday. Once again, a deep trough of low pressure just off the coast. That'll bring us about some 40% chance of rain with mostly cloudy skies. Maybe even some embedded thunderstorms in those showers for Friday with highs in the upper 60s. And then the weather change begins as we get into the upcoming weekend. Large area of low pressure in Canada will drag a cold front through. 50% chance that we will see rain showers on Saturday and cooler with high temperatures about 10 degrees cooler than Friday into the upper 50s. For Sunday, there is that area of low pressure. That'll bring us mostly cloudy skies and a lot of shower activity around the state. It says here 40% chance of rain, might even be higher as we make some adjustments through this week. Only mid 50s for high temperatures on Sunday. By Monday, look at that, a good chance for rain showers not only in the morning but into the afternoon hours. A 60% chance of the wet stuff and still cooler. High temperatures down into the low 50s, and that means lows in the 30s. And then as we get you into the end of the forecast on Tuesday, the large area of low pressure pushes slowly to the southeast. High pressure trying to build in, but in the meantime, we'll be mostly cloudy and cool with high temperatures Tuesday into the mid 50s. All right, taking a look at your 7-day forecast, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista, senior living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. Tonight, a little chilly, 48 degrees overnight. Morning showers and not going to amount to much if we see anything. By afternoon, mostly sunny and 72 Thursday. Mostly cloudy, about a 40% chance of rain on Friday and 68. And then the big cool down arrives as we get you into the upcoming weekend. Mostly cloudy on Saturday, a 50% chance of rain. 40% chance of rain on Sunday, mid to upper 50s. For your Monday, I think that's our best chance of rain through the whole forecast period. At least a 60% chance of the wet stuff and cooler, only 52 for a high on Monday. And then for Tuesday, mostly cloudy, still cool with a high temperature of 56. And that's a look at your North Central Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Hand off to Zielinski around the right side. Got away from one man, got away from two. Squirts between
High
the
school sports is back this fall on the NCWLIFE channel. Watch Eastmont, Wenatchee, and Cashmere games right here. Coverage is brought to you in part by our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, and Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Watch high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
What once was old now is new to the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in for Bonanza, Superman, The Andy Griffith Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Invisible Man, The Lone Ranger, and The Lucy Show. Check your program guide for classic programming on NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
Well, the Mariners got the long ball last night in taking Game 3 of their American League Divisional Series against the Detroit Tigers as J.P. Crawford, Eugenio Suarez, and Cal Raleigh go deep for the Mariners in the victory.
The 1-2. Crawford muscles one towards left center field. That's going to get down. Robles got a little bit of a late start, trying to make sure that that ball hit the deck. Now it gets through the legs of Dingler. Here comes Robles on his way home. The tag, not in time. He's safe, and it's 1-0 Seattle. A.J. Hinch, he's going to want the challenge.
I thought he was safe from the naked eye. We'll see here. As his foot comes up.
Ooh. Is his toe down? Might have the heel on the corner of the plate first.
Detroit is challenging the safe call at home plate.
Whether he's out or safe, I still think he's safe right there. His toe's on the plate, but
the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is safe.
That's the right call.
100%.
It's a 1-0 Seattle lead. Randy Arozarena climbs in. Arozarena on the ground, back up the middle into center field, a base hit. Crawford speeding around third. He will score. Randy Arozarena has his first RBI of the postseason. He does it against his former Cardinal teammate Flaherty, and it's 2-0 Seattle. Eugenio Suarez. Suarez, who began his career as a Detroit Tiger. He swings and sends one out towards deep left field. This one's way back there, and Eugenio Suarez returns to Detroit with a bang. It's 3-0 Seattle.
They've been waiting for Gino Suarez to do just this. He has struggled in the postseason up till this point.
Stunned silence for the Tiger fans and the Seattle faithful who've made the trip. Ignited after their prodigal son comes away with a solo shot.
He does hammer off speed pitches, so you better be really careful right here.
Bangs one on the ground through the right side, a base hit. Canzone will come around to score, and it's 4-0 Seattle. Cal Raleigh has his first RBI of the series. On the ground to second. Robles to second for one. Crawford to first. Naylor did not keep the foot on the bag. He juggled the ball, and the run scores. Dingler gets Detroit on the board. Crawford's relay off target. Naylor couldn't squeeze it. 2 down in the inning, and Detroit gets a crucial run back. You see the ball almost stuck in the glove. Here is the lefty Crawford, who's reached base twice. Crawford sends a fly ball out towards right field. That one's way back and gone. J.P. Crawford right on cue delivers. Blasts a home run, and that answers the Tigers' run to make it 5-1. Second career postseason home run for Crawford, back to a 4-run lead.
That was an absolute blast by J.P. Crawford. As soon as it touched his bat, everyone knew that was a homer.
And there are 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Popped up out towards left field. Green's got it. Raley's off from third, and he will score. It is 6-1 Seattle. He sends one the other way. Well struck ball deep left field and gone. Raleigh's first of the playoffs, and it's 8-1 Seattle. They are feeling it. Third Mariner home run of the night.
Fastball up and away, and Cal just took it with him. Oh, great pick right there.
He literally has a shirt that says dump here.
For 61.
For number 61.
No way.
Could not have been scripted better.
That's AI.
He's got a 62 shirt.
That's pretty awesome.
That's just impressive preparation. A couple of base runners against Ferguson. Now Torkelson. Payoff pitch. Down the right field line. That's a fair ball for Torkelson. Rogers will score. Jahmai Jones runs through, and he will score. The Tigers a little life. Ibanez gets it through. Base hit. Here comes Torkelson. He will score. The Tigers aren't done yet. Still nobody out in the ninth. Now here's Parker Meadows. Down the right field line, Naylor makes the catch, doubles it off, and that's the ball game. Josh Naylor on a frozen rope, snared it, stepped on the bag, and finishes off Game 3, and the Mariners are one step away from the LCS.
Today was a much different story. The Mariners got out to an early 3-0 lead on some small ball, and Bryce Miller looked great until the 5th inning. That's when Detroit plated 3 runs to tie it. They would add another run in the 6th inning, and then just blow the doors open as they tie the series at 2-2, and now it switches back to an all-decisive Game 5 Friday afternoon at 1:40 at T-Mobile Park.
On the ground, Canzone busts it through the right side. Naylor getting the wave sign. Carpenter comes up throwing. That ball is up the line, and Naylor scored.
It's got to be an out here.
On the ground, Baez has it, flips to second, throw by Torres. That is a double play. The run does score. It's 2-0 Seattle. Raleigh into right field. That's down for a base hit. Arozarena's getting the wave home. He's going to come around and score. Raleigh with another RBI in Detroit, and it's 3-0 Seattle.
He's out there having fun.
Hard hit ball by Dingler towards left. That's going to get past Arozarena. That's the second time he's misplayed an angle in this series. That's going to score McKinstry all the way from first. And he rips one down the line. Fair ball. Dingler will score. Jahmai Jones off the bench. Tags out another for the Tigers, and it's a 1-run game in the 5th. Runner at second, the 2-2. Back up the middle, a base hit. Jahmai Jones will score. Baez halfway between first and second. He'll go back with an RBI single to tie Game 4. The 1-0. Breaking ball lifted to right. Riley Green is finally come alive. Tigers lead. Their first lead since the 11th inning of Game 1, and it's Riley Green to give it to him. Right side, that's through a base hit. McKinstry, he delivers to drive in Torkelson. It's 5-3 Detroit. McKinstry will stay at first.
All of a sudden, the 5 spot real quick, and now 2 more.
Baez, first playoff home run in 8 years, has put Detroit on top by 4. Deep drive, Torres the other way. Angling over is Robles, and he's going to see it fall fair, and that one is gone.
He gives Javi Baez a chance to drive in another one.
Bouncing ball to Suarez. Nice sling to second for 1, and safe at first is Baez. And McKinstry, because of that earlier base running play, is able to score. Detroit has forced a Game 5. Seattle scored the first 3. Detroit bounces back with one of the great playoff performances in its 125-year history offensively.
3 other games on tap for today, with the Yankees playing host to Toronto after getting a win in that series last night in Yankee Stadium. Meanwhile, the National League Divisional Series also continue with 2-0 leads for both Milwaukee and for the Dodgers. Dodgers are home tonight while Milwaukee plays in Chicago against the Cubs. And as you might be able to tell, I'm here in Kashmir getting ready for our game Friday night as the Bulldogs play host to the Zilla Leopards. It is homecoming week this week. The guys were telling me that they had a talent show earlier today. They also dressed up like their defensive coordinator. That should have been some interesting photos there. We'll have the game for you live Friday nights with Grant Olson and yours truly. 6:30 with a pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff here from Bulldog Stadium. In Kashmir, I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Have a happy Wednesday.
And that will do it for this Wednesday edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.